Hello friends, welcome to One Stop Learn Hub, Learn JavaScript from Scratch Session 5. Today we talk about three different keywords available in JavaScript, which mainly we basically used for the variables. So the first one is const, second one is var, and the third one is let. Okay, so let's begin with const. Okay. So if we talk about const, from word itself, you can identify the keyword is like something related to constants. So if we declare any variable with const keyword, means you can't change the value later in your code. Okay. So once a variable is assigned with const keyword, it can't be reassigned. Okay. So when you attempt to reassign, it will throw you an error. We will later see and through our code. Okay. So similarly, we have different keywords used for variable, that is var. So from var itself, you can identify that, okay, this is something related to variable. And if this comes to variable, then you can easily override the variable declaration. So means if we used anything in var x, and if we put another value on the same var x on the later statements, so it just like override those value of Nishan by Sarma. Okay. So the third one is let. So if we talk about why we use this let keyword, if we have a var, so if we think little broader, if our project is little big, and if one variable we are using somewhere, okay, and there are certain assumptions that if we again rewrite the same or use the same variable which we already declared somewhere with that keyword, okay, so it will override those value. To restrict those, we are using let keyword. Okay, so if we declared any variable with let keyword, we can't rewrite or use the same variable rewrite anywhere in the code with the let keywords. Okay, so let's jump to the code. So we just talk about this in depth. Okay, so I'm just opening a JavaScript file. Okay, so first keyword I'm using const. Okay, and const keyword for that I'm using one name x, and right there I put here 5. Okay, if same variable you are going to assign with 6. Okay, so we will see the result console.log, and then we printing x. Okay, then we are using var keyword for y, and right here in y I'm using 6, and same y is overwritten by 7. Okay, so if we are going to print this console.log for this y, the value is overwritten. So this will print 7. But if we are using let for any variable, suppose set 7, okay, and if we are using again let keyword for that jet, okay, and if we are assigning that 8 so that the value is kind of overwritten, okay, so like here I'm using the var y again, and if you are using here const again, okay, then this way we can easily segregate it. So console.now log I'm printing here for jet. So three kinds of variable I used here. Okay, so const again, if I declared any variable with 5, okay, and if we wanted to override, okay, by 6, so this will block us. Okay, where just overwrite it, and let is also restricted to don't use the same variable using let keywords. Okay, so let's see X-ray is behaving. So now I'm opening this one. So if I go to console.log to inspect the element, so you can see first message means you are Compare is throwing that identifier X has been already declared. Okay. So if I go to this page, X is already declared. You can't use const keyword, okay, and the variable name. You can't override it because once you declare this variable with const keyword, this is fixed. Now the value of X is not going to change, okay. So in that way, you have to remove this line of code, okay. And now if you wanted to print this X, it will show you 5, okay. For where there is no objection, it will directly overwrite whatever value you are using later. So latter value replace the earlier one, okay. So y is here 7. Again, it will throw an error at the place of z printing, okay. So let's refresh this page. So maybe I forget to save this. If I refresh this, okay, this one is throwing an error now at line number 15. What they are saying that key identifier Z has already been declared. So Z is like we have already restriction, same variable name. We can't use it with the late keyword. Okay. So now we have to remove this one as well. Okay. So in this way, let and con, there's no confusion, right? So let is not kind of a constant one, not used for the constant one. You can override it, but you can't use that. Okay. So just refresh this. So you can see the 577. Okay. So the 5 is for the constant value, then the 7 is the overwritten one. And if we use a select z, okay, so 7, if I print z as a 10, okay, and then I'm using this, okay, so it will refresh it by 10, okay. So you can see we can override it, but we can't assign any value, other value to x because this is constant. If I put anything here like 15, okay, to better understanding, x never give you 15, okay. It will throw you an error like assignment to constant variable is not going to work, okay. So this is the main difference. All channels are mentioned here. Thank you so much.